All opposed? Motion carries 5-2. Any other motions coming out of closed? Trustee Weston?
Yes, I moved that we add 10 more minutes to the closed session agenda so that I can get clarity on the last question that I asked, which is what is our check and balance on each other to ensure there's no abuse of power. I just want to get some clarity around that, so I'm requesting 10 more minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Trustee Weston?
Yeah, I was deeply concerned that in closed session I just was seeking to gain understanding. A lot of time was getting eaten up with accusations against me personally over and over. It was not productive. I think if I can just get some clarity to my questions, that would be helpful, and we could be productive in closed session.
Trustee Weir?
No, I won't say it.
I don't have any other lights on, so all in favor of adding 10 more minutes to closed session, raise your hand. Opposed? Abstaining? Motion fails 2-4-1. Any other motions coming out of closed? Trustee Bone?
Yes, I have a motion I move to perform an investigation on any and all settlements and our reimbursements that Amber Feller Landrum has received since 2018 to ensure processes were followed and ensure abuse of power did not occur.
Second.
Trustee Markham?
Thank you, President Landrum. I would just like to say I will be voting no to this. I would like to say that all of our students are human beings with feelings. I want to say that I'm appalled with what happened in public comment tonight, that adult would come into this room and list out things that should be private for any child, not just typically developing children, but our students who receive special education services are human beings too, with feelings, and they have worth. And I am appalled at what happened tonight. And I want to personally apologize to that student for getting caught in the crosshairs of adult behavior. I will be voting no. And this motion sets a dangerous precedent for any parent of a student who receives special education services that wants to be a leader in this district, especially an elected leader, to be able to fight for their child, to advocate for their child, and also be in a leadership position where they can help fight for other people's children. I am not going to be aligned with setting a precedent like that, and I want to let the community know, especially our community of students who are some of our most vulnerable students, our parents who spend their entire lives, they pour every minute of their day into taking care of their children. I want to tell those parents to not be intimidated, to use their voice, to continue to advocate for their own children and other people's children. And do not let what has happened here today stop you from doing what you need to do for your children.
Trustee Bone?
Yes, the precedent I don't want to set here tonight is where a setting board trustee or president ends up with 25% of the reimbursement settlements per year that the district provides out in payments. And that
Point
is
of
a
order.
precedent.
Is this public information? This is not public information, no. Madam President. It needs to stop. It needs to stop.
Information that was provided to you was not provided to you in any context except for as a trustee, and you were told that information is confidential.
I am not. The summation of the numbers is
point of order.
I was not given a 25% number.
Point of order. We are not going to talk about the numbers.
Point of order.
I have not ruled on the first point of order, so please wait.
Legal has told us
Legal
that this
has
is not
advised
public.
To keep information that you learned in a confidential manner as a trustee to confidential, please. What is your point, Trustee Bone?
Decorum. Yelling into the microphone, interrupting people.
I always call for decorum.
Thank you.
Across the board, every single person on this dais, decorum. Thank you.
I will finish. The precedent to set in this district that you have to run for a trustee seat to get the services that you need for your child is not something.
Please be very careful about the line that you are walking and accusations you could possibly be making about a fellow colleague. Please be very careful about that, Trustee Bone. You have no evidence to support that. So please be very careful in choosing your next words.
There's a thing called the First Amendment. Are you taking away my First Amendment? Is that what you're doing, Madam President?
I am just telling you to be very careful because there can be legal ramifications for making accusations in a public format that have no basis in reality. I am merely telling you to please be very careful. Please wait for me to speak because you asked me a question and then I will give you the floor back. All I am doing is saying, please be very careful and think about your next words.
Point of order.
What is your point?
Trustee Markham made the exact same statements.
Wait. I have a point of order on the table. I will come back to you, but anytime a point of order is made, we stop for a point of order. What is your point of order, Trustee Harrison?
Michelle, how much longer do we have?
We're back in open, so we've got.
It's a motion.
It's
She
an
has 6
action
minutes.
item. She's got
6. Okay.
She's got 2 minutes of questions, 2 minutes of comments.
Thank you.
4 minutes.
Go ahead, Trustee Bone. You have the floor again.
Yes, as you'll go to my statement and my motion, all that I'm asking for is an investigation on.
I have a point of order.
What is your point?
I object to her reading her statement into the record.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed to read a statement.
I'm not reading it.
You 100% are.
I'm not reading it. I said,
Okay.
if you go back to my statement, I'm not going to read it. I said, if you go back to my statement, I'm not reading the statement in. It says investigation. And it says on settlements and reimbursements. So that's what I'm asking for, setting a precedent on this board that we don't keep each other in check.
Okay, we're not even voting on that. We're voting on whether we add 10 minutes back to the agenda. So your comments are not even relevant to the motion on the table. That is all we are doing is voting.
No. We already voted no on that.
We already voted no on that? Oh, we're
I
voting on,
disagree.
my apologies. My apologies. Make sure that I've not lost any of her time. My apologies. There's been a lot going on.
The precedent that we're setting to not show the community that we are going to hold each other accountable, bipartisanly hold each other accountable, that's a bad precedent. To show that we are just going to be transparent and that we're going to go through an investigation. We've actually been through this process one other time, and then TEA had to come in and tell us to do an investigation. So I would rather the board just vote to do the investigation. It's not saying something was below board. It's just saying, let's just do an investigation, make it public like we did before. The community will be happy. Everybody will know what's going on. And then we move on.
Trustee Harrison. Oh, it's like
Thank
a Christmas
you.
tree over here. Every light is lit up. So I see everybody's light.
that's
Everybody
good
but
to-
Trustee Weir's light is on. So it's a Christmas tree over here. I will get to them in the order that I saw them pop up. Trustee Harrison.
So I just would like to say it is no one's business what services a child does or does not receive. This is wrong.
Point of order, or point of inquiry is actually.
What is your point?
So are we talking about services or not? Because I was told we could not by Ms. Hill, who is actually not our board president or our board counsel. But so can she talk about services or not?
I'm not talking about services. I
just
said
said
it's
the word
no one's
services.
business.
If she starts going down the road to talk about any services that a specific individual receives, I will stop.
And I have not. So thank you for my time. Even if we were to investigate, anything would come back, after y'all's reign of terror is over.
Point of order.
I know, decorum.
Thank
and
you.
for that reason, I would like to call the question.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion to call the question. It's not debatable. All in favor of ending the debate and calling the question, raise your hand. All opposed? Motion carries 5-2. We have a motion on the table can you repeat your motion, Trustee Bone?
Yes, the motion was I move to perform an investigation on any and all settlements and our reimbursements that Amber Feller Landrum has received since 2018 to ensure processes were followed and ensure abuse of power did not occur.
Thank you very much. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. All opposed? Abstaining? Motion fails 2-4-1. Any other motions coming out of closed? Seeing none, it is 10:27 and we are adjourned.